we go. Now it's up. All right, and we are live on YouTube. Sorry for everyone who was joining or trying to join in and relate to the game. Thought the stream had started, but we're back. We're live. We're locked and loaded. Coyotes currently in the lead, 3-2 for this great battle between two squads. An important matchup here in the conference. Grace Johnson with the serve. A great serve over the net. Pushed outside. Big swing from the Aztecs. Kept alive by Amaryllis. Riley Black in the center. Pushed outside. And that rides the line and out of bounds. That'll be a Coyote point. Both teams feeling each other out, playing measured, composed, and really that's how this game has to go. With so much on the line and so much potential leading into the postseason, pushed outside by the Aztecs, blocked by Aubrey Becker. Kept alive from the back row, McReynolds, good dive by Hallie Gibbons, outside, big swing, and that's good. That was Mia Hutchinson with the bring down. And Mia Hutchinson has made a name for herself out here on the court. Not necessarily getting the playing time early in the season, but showing that she deserves it and getting the start now. And that one's pushed way outside by number 10, Kendall Snyder, the middle blocker from Tucson, Arizona. Native of Tucson, where Pima Community College is located. Good to see them recruiting from inside their area. And Grace Johnson still at the serve. It's pushed outside. From the back row, McReynolds, a little push up, and Gibbons pushes that outside to Becker. Big swing, finds the outside, and that's out of bounds off Aubrey Becker. So Pima will pick that one up. 6-3 on the board. Coyotes in the lead. And we thought the broadcast was running, so the entire opening monologue not quite making it out, but that's okay. We talked about the importance of this matchup, and that one's pushed outside by Riley Black. Saw a potential opportunity and went for it, and typically those work really well for her. That's probably one of the few times we've seen a ball from Riley Black in the center go out of bounds. That one will come a little short off the net. That was number 10, Kendall Snyder. That'll be a quick point for the Coyotes. So, what we talked about early in the program when we weren't broadcasting, how important this next game is. This game especially. Obviously, the Coyotes taking the last two wins. The first one here, which we watched last Wednesday against Phoenix College. Good serve. McReynolds keeps it alive. Big swing for the outside, blocked. Whistle blown. They'll call that for the Aztecs. Looks like potential net violation by the Coyotes. But we talked about these two wins. One against Phoenix College and then obviously South Mountain on the road. The Coyotes taking those two wins, and they need that after their 4 road losses. That one way out of bounds. Good read by Zoe Lestine. Seeing the bullet just come flying towards her. She'll dive out of the way and let that one slide, and just great court vision. I know if I was playing, I probably would have touched that and kept it alive and did disservice to my squad. So Zoe Lestine, great read. McReynolds with the over. Great up and blocked by the Aztecs, but that will ricochet off. Number 11, I believe. Julia Bard out of bounds. So Coyotes will maintain possession, but great block by the Aztecs. Riley Black will head to the line. Great serve. McReynolds with the up. Will tap. Becker's there. She'll put it down, and it's pushed outside by the Aztecs. Off the smackdown from Aubrey Becker. Putting that height to good use. Aztecs try to get tricky with a nice tap over the top, and Aubrey Becker said, no, not today. McReynolds pushes it up. It's outside, and this time, number 9, Alexia Hutchinson. She won't go soft this time. She sends it down with some authority so that she knows how to send it. And you'll see McReynolds on the outside now for the Aztecs, and major outside player for the squad. You'll see her put the action right there. McReynolds puts it over. Johnson down the middle to Crafter. Crafter bangs it away. And Kea Crafter has really dominated from that middle blocker position. You know, not a player with necessarily the most height, but boy, she's got some power, knows how to get up and time it just right, and we saw that right there. So Sydney Metcalf checking into the game, as well as Kiana Kitch. I apologize, Alana Kitch. And McReynolds slams one down the sideline. That one will go out of bounds and give the Coyotes another point. We're 12-6. Coyotes with a 6-point lead. And a timeout called by Coach Blithell, as he sees his team starting to lose their grip here in the first set with a 12-6 score on the board. Coyotes now leading by 6. We'll take a quick timeout as Coach Blithell prepares his squad. So we're back after a quick timeout, and I apologize for any laggy streaming we've got going on. Looks like our connection might not be as good as we want, but McReynolds coming out of that huddle strong. She'll slam that away. And McReynolds leading her team with kills, showing why she's so dominant from the front row. McReynolds, if we can pull her stats, we will. Aztecs will serve. It's kept alive, and Lestine outside to Metcalf. Metcalf pushes it. Amarillo's blocked, pushed up, and then Crafter trying to make the stop, and they'll come down on her end. McReynolds leading the team with 247 kills on the season. So just an absolute powerhouse. Metcalf from the outside. Good swing, and right outside. Just didn't drop down like she was hoping. So the Aztecs will maintain control. Good serve. She'll return it with an outside of her own. That was number 5, Julia Ford. The libero for the Aztecs. A little too much power as she sends it off the back end. And now Kennedy Amarillis will return fire. And that one, just a perfect serve. And a missed opportunity at the net. It looks like McReynolds, I believe, sent that back over. Good power from Amarillis, but Crafter just mistimed it. Doesn't get the swing down, and she'll send that out bounds. Pushed outside to Metcalf. Big swing. It's good. Sydney Metcalf with a thunderous kill. Right into the hands of Julia Ford. That one will bounce off her hands and go off into the stands. Coyotes still with a 4-point lead, and Hallie Gibbons at the line. Good sideline serve. Kept up and in. Aztecs hustle and get it over. Riley Blagg blocked. Pushed outside. Hutchison with a swing of her own. Kept alive by McReynolds. Riley Blagg with a little tip, and it's down. Riley Blagg with a smart read of the instinct hit. Sees that one coming right back over, and she'll tap it back down on the Aztecs end of the court. Gibbons with the serve. And that one goes out of bounds. Reynolds chases after it and gets it back in. Blagg at the net. And that's brought down by number 10. Kendall Snyder defending the line and holding her own against the power of Riley Blagg. McReynolds. She'll serve for the Aztecs. Amarillis sends that one a little sideways. It's brought back over, back on the Coyotes end. Quick dish by Kitch. And that one, a little sneaky maneuvering. She'll send that down on the Aztecs court. That's some IQ playing right there from Elena Kitch. Changing tempo, making the switch up, and a good read by Mick Reynolds. Sees the ball going long and lets that one fly out. So both squads really returning serves at this point, a few times already. Letting it go over the end, and that one looks like a misread by the Coyotes. Grace Johnson, not sure if she just couldn't get there in time or if it was based off the initial up, but nonetheless, that comes down. Becker has to adjust footwork. It's right off the net. It's a battle. Allie Gibbons is there with the recovery. Hutchinson's big swing, tipped, kept alive, now pushed outside. Aztecs blocked by Riley Blagg, and that one sits into the net. Number 11, Julia Bard, couldn't get it outside. That'll come down on Aztec's side, and the Coyotes will take control. So Zoe Lestine at the line, and Zoe Lestine leading the team in service aces. Or one of the leaders in service aces with 26 aces, service aces in the season. She's followed closely by Riley Blagg with 28 and Hallie Gibbons with 30. And that one, big chase down by Lestine as the Coyotes hustle to keep that one alive. Lestine, then Blagg, chasing it down into the stands and just can't get there in time. That'll be a point for the Aztecs. So the Aztecs climb their way out of that 6-point deficit, following the huddle with Coach Blithell. Blagg with the quick tip, pushed outside, back row McReynolds, and that one goes out of bounds. And you can see the Aztecs, McReynolds, a key player for their offense. Not only find her on the outside, but frequently from the back row as well. So far, McReynolds hits from the back row, going out of bounds. That one, another great read by McReynolds. She'll let that one fly. Alexia Hutchins on the serve. That one's also out of bounds. So once again, a couple serves sent to the wayside. And Elena Kitch will check back into the match. Line up at the line for her serve. That one's in. Kept up, pushed over, and a return of her own. That was number 3. Julia Weatherby, the sophomore setter from Menifee, California. You gotta love the little return of the favor. After the quick dish from Elena Kitch, Julia Weatherby will gather a point in the same method. Aztecs with the point there as well, and now Julia Ford will serve. Guano checking in into the match. Amaril's big swing. Throws it down with some authority. And that one will be a Coyote point. Aztecs get it up, but can't get it over the net. Off the powerhouse swing from Kenny Amaryllis. And you just gotta love Kenny Amaryllis' power. Just a diverse player. Not only with 104 kills in the season, one of the top on her team, but also 189 digs. So just versatile player, a lot of power, and you can see when she gets the opportunity to send it back, she puts her whole body into it. Powers up and sends a missile flying back to the other end of the court. That one will go out of bounds, I believe, off Mia Hutchinson. So Penny Amarillis with the up, pushed outside to Metcalf. Metcalf, a little sideways smackdown. Blocked by Metcalf, kept up by Kitch. It's over. Pushed outside from the middle. And that one lands right on the back line from number 2, I believe. Bree Shelter. And it's all tied up, folks. 20-20 in the first set as the Aztecs climb their way out that 6-point deficit off the coaching leadership of Coach Bithell. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back. So we talked about the competitiveness of this matchup here tonight. Chandler-Gilbert taking the win against the Aztecs, who are currently ranked one position higher than them in the conference rankings. Took the away win against Pima, and that one will go out of bounds off Sydney Metcalf, unable to put some downspin on the ball. But such a crucial moment for these two teams, both battling for that postseason spot. The Aztecs wanting to return the favor after a loss on the home court, and really a fairly evenly matched squad. As you look at their records, the Aztecs averaging 11.8 kills per set. That serve was good. Pushed outside, little toss over the top. Gibbons is there. Hutchinson with an opportunity. Flag outside to Hutchinson. Big swing. That one finds its mark in the middle of no man's land. Catching the Aztecs off guard. But yeah, the comparison-wise between these two squads, you got the Aztecs averaging 11.8 kills per set. On the reverse side, the Cowts 11.3 kills per set. On assists, the Aztecs 1.6. I apologize, 10.9 assists per set. And Chandler-Gilbert 9.6 on blocks. The Aztecs 1.1 per set. Chandler-Gilbert 1.5. Service aces, the Aztecs 2.4, 7. And on the Coyote side, 2.49. So really quite evenly matched teams. One thing I will note, Chandler-Gilbert averaging 16.2 digs per set, and the Aztecs 14.5. So a slightly stronger defensive and returning team being able to get that first hit, and that's such a crucial part of the game. If you can get the ball up off the return time and time again, it makes all the difference. Gives you an opportunity to really control the game and get those second, third, fourth chances to return and score the point. So that might make all the difference. Aztecs pushing into the lead with 2 points. Now Coach Yamashiro will take a timeout and talk to his girls out of the deficit and potentially pull a win in the first set. And we've got potentially some technical issues as we work through them. We appreciate you staying on and tuning in. Maggie McReynolds at the line. She'll send it over. Rolling off the fingers. Thanks. So the Coyotes coming out of their huddle with some confidence. Looking to close this out, 23-24. It's a close game here at the first set. One with 2. 25-23. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back. We're just seconds away from the second set here at the Chandler-Gilbert Coyote Center. The Aztecs taking the first set, 25-23. And now the Coyotes look for some answers as they need to secure the next few matches. Lots to go here in this game against two really evenly matched squads and so much on the line as well. The Coyotes taking the win over Pima back in September on the 26th. Playing a good match, going at 4 rounds, securing the first 25-14, the second taking the loss 13-25, and then securing the last two 25-23 and 25-22. So in no way a blowout as the Aztecs and Coyotes went head to head. So the question, can the Coyotes return and wipe out the Aztecs twice? And we talked to the girls last game here on the home court against Phoenix College, and they talked about their 4 road losses and how it was tough on their record, tough on their team, and good move by Crafty there at the front line. Return the favor from number 10, Kendall Snyder. Sees it high on the line and just slams it away. But in talking to the girls last home game, they talked about all those road losses and how it was difficult for the team, but a great learning opportunity as they had to figure out what they were missing and identify what pieces they need to really have in order to play and win in this conference. And I think thus far we've seen those pieces start to come together. That was a out-of-bounds ball by Mia Hutchinson. But important games on the road. And now with an opportunity to take a potential win. Big slide, chase down by Elena Kitch. Can't get there in time. That one goes out of bounds as well. The Aztecs taking an early lead, 0-3 here in the second set. Reynolds, big swing and kept alive. Amaryllis pushes out. And a miscommunication between Kennedy Amaryllis and Kiara Crafter. As they both go towards the ball and try to push it over. That one, a little short off the net. That's Maggie McReynolds. She'll send that one over to the Coyotes. And Brynn Iguano now checking into the game. She'll serve. McReynolds with the up. Pushed outside. Good defense. Iguano with the up outside. And Metcalf brings it down. Iguano serves again. Brought up by number 11. Pushed outside. Big swing from the Aztecs. Outside Hutchinson. Returns the favor. And that one's in favor of the Coyotes. That one comes off the hands of number 5. And number 11, rather, Julia Bard. And that one just short of the net. That was off Brynn Iguano. Iguano with the up, close to the net, tipped back down by number 9, seeing the opportunity. That's Alexia Hutchins. 5'11", outside hitter. Iguano with the up, pushed outside by Kitch, and Mia Hutchinson hammers that one away. Metcalf checking in or checking out rather, as Aubrey Becker and Grace Johnson check into the game. Johnson will serve for the Coyotes. Good ball, it goes out of bounds. Chased back down, kept alive by the Aztecs. Hutchinson in position, pushed out by Johnson, pancaked up. Johnson outside Hutchinson. Hutchinson, good position, and sends it down. McReynolds back outside. Blocked by Hutchinson, kept alive by Johnson. Hutchinson back at the line. She sends it. It's out of bounds, and that's good. Mia Hutchinson with the quick placement and recovery. Not only on the chase down, but lining herself up and rattling it back into the Aztecs court. Johnson, good serve, making them work for it. From outside, Iguano with the up. Johnson, Becker. Becker slams it away, and that one's out of bounds. Becker just not getting the swing downward on the ball like she was hoping. She's off the net quite a bit as well for that swing. Iguano tight the net, outside Hutchinson. She'll slam it. And that ball gets called in favor of the Coyotes. It looks like off the first swing, not the second. So Hutchinson really bringing it home here for the Coyotes. Been very consistent on her outside hit here tonight. Zoe Lestine, great serve. McReynolds from the back row, and she sends that one long. So Lestine, a great serve. We've seen her do this many times here on the home court, really locking in from the back row and just sending daggers from the line. Johnson, Blag, good spot. Pushed outside. I believe that was Baird rather. Amaryllis, good position. Just makes it work. She'll send that from sideline to sideline. Down comes spinning down on the Aztecs' opposite end. Lestine. Bard outside. McReynolds to Bard. And that's long. Zoe Lestine still at the line. She's got a tremendous job leading the team here. Baird down the middle, blocked by Blag. Amaryllis keeps it up, pushed outside by Johnson. Becker off balance, but she makes it work. Baird, big swing. Iguano, Becker pushes, pushed outside down the line in the middle. Iguano, Lestine, Amaryllis from the outside, powers away, and that one. Rinse and repeat. Amaryllis with another point. The Coyotes taking over 10-7. Zoe Lestine will send that into the net. Still a close one here in the second set. Now the ball will return over to the Aztecs. And that's number 8, Ava Harlson-Kabolski with the serve. Amaryllis with the right angle and positioning from the center. A little tap over to the side, and that's good. Another point for the Coyotes. Brings it right back over as Riley Blag lines it up. Blag, good sideline serve. Pushed outside, McReynolds. Great power to put that over. Becker swings and bounces off the net. I'm going to call that in favor of the Aztecs. Looks like a no return and no touch by the Aztecs on that one. So Split point. Guano with the up. Johnson chases it down, pushes it long. Amaryllis with the return. Guano to Becker. Becker rattles the cage and sends it home. Right into the arms of the Aztec defense. Becker checking out, Metcalf checking in, as well as Grace Johnson checking out for Elena Kitch. And Kitch will line it up. So the Coyotes putting themselves in a good position. We saw this in the match before. McReynolds hammers that one away. Line judge calling it in favor of the Aztecs, but that will be overruled. And that'll be in favor of the Coyotes. And Kitch will remain in control of the ball. Kept up, pushed outside, McReynolds. Another opportunity. And that one touched by the Coyotes on the way out. So that'll be an Aztec point. Guano comes off a little shaky. Amaryllis with the recovery, and Metcalf taps it over. It's a block party, and this one comes down for the Aztecs. Coyotes lose the point. (13-11) on the board, and looks like potential incorrect point there. They line it up, make it fair. Amaryllis at the net, sends it over off the hands of Maggie McReynolds. Times it just right and pulls the last second point for her team. Amaryllis heads to the back row. 14-11 here at the Coyote Center, as Scouts look to take a win. And that one right at the back row line in favor of the Coyotes. Amaryllis drops the bomb right above. Another great serve, kept up. It's at the net. Aguano's there. She keeps it alive, pushed outside. Metcalf, big swing blocked by McReynolds. Amaryllis saves it. Hutchinson taps it over. Kept up. Kitch, Hutchinson, big swing, and that one's out. Maggie McReynolds. She'll serve for the Aztecs. Good up. Pushed out. Hutchinson fires. Good recovery. Pushed outside. Big swing. That's out of bounds. Number 9, Alexia Hutchins. We see how key Maggie McReynolds is to the Aztecs game. Really just one of those key offensive players. That one right at the net. Hutchinson puts it down. And number 5, Julia Ford, tries to get there. Keeps it up, but can't get it over the net or to another player. That one comes down right off the sidelines. Biggest lead of the game yet. 5-point lead for the Coyotes. Outside to number 9. And that one finds its mark. Alexia Hutchins with some authority at the line. Guano tried to close the gap. Guano gets that one up. Outside, Blag. Nice spot. Blag really just directing the ball at that point. Guano up. Outside, Hutchinson. Big swing. Outside, McReynolds from back row. Taps it over. Iguano with a nice dive. Thought she had it in time. I think everyone in the audience thought as well, but that one looks like it met the ground first. Iguano with the up. Outside, Metcalf. Sidelines it, and it's good. Sydney Metcalf fires it into the hands of number 10, Kendall Snyder. Sends her packing. Grace Johnson will serve for the Coyotes. Outside. And that one, some absolute accuracy from the outside. That was number 9, Alexia Hutchins. Some really good hits from the 5'11 freshman from Tucson. Iguano with the up on Amaryllis outside. Becker. Good spot, kept up, tapped over. Becker will get another swing. She'll try to float it, just doesn't put enough on it. That one goes out of bounds. And Coach Yamashiro talking to the outside hitter, Aubrey Becker, giving her a little mentoring, a little coaching. That one out of bounds off Iguano as the Aztecs look to climb their way out of the lead the Coyotes have put. 18-17, they're close to tying it up. That one just absolutely sliding over the net. And that was number 3, Julia Weatherby. So Coach Yamashiro will call the timeout. Seeing that big lead slip away off just a few plays, and we saw this in the first set as well. A great lead by the Coyotes and just struggling after a few quick plays, letting it slip away. Yamashiro looking to clean it up. And we talked to the girls. This is where they feel they struggle the most. In these tight games, in these close matches against good teams that we see so often in the conference, struggling to commit, struggling to stay consistent. We've seen it clean up quite a bit over the course of the season, but tonight, starting to slip through the cracks. Coach Yamashiro looking to bring it back together. Take a quick timeout as we just got a couple seconds as they reorganize. Very quick timeout. And we're back. That one, way over. Quick point for the Coyotes, rather. You know, if there's nothing else, a timeout, great rhythm disruptor for anybody serving. Listine, looks like her shoe came untied. So we'll take a quick second to lace up. Rather her lace up than trip on the court. Outside. And that one's brought down with power. Gibbons rolls and recovers. Becker swings, meets the net and a block. Amaryllis with one of her own. She curves it down. Kennedy Amaryllis with the killer stroke. Puts it down in the face of the Aztecs. And boy, she's really putting some power on that. She curves it through the defense, it seems like. That one goes out of bounds. Zoe Lestine. Typically very consistent on her serve. One of the few times we've seen her miss a serve. Gibbons with the up. And bit of no man's land. Battle at the net. Amaryllis tries to get there in time, but meets the Aztecs front line first. 2020 all tied up, and we talked about how competitive tonight's games were going to be. So much on the line. And really two evenly matched teams. Amaryllis from the middle. Brought down, back over quickly. Johnson outside. Amaryllis, little tap, changing up pace from her typical big swing. Amaryllis, Johnson, Blagg fires. It's good. Riley Blagg with a slam from the middle, and now she'll head to the back as Gibbons checks out. Good serve from Blagg. Very good from the line. McReynolds buries it. I'll tell you what, you don't want to be on the receiving end from a hit from Maggie McReynolds, the sophomore outside hitter, native of Tucson, Arizona, 5'8". Well, boy, she's putting some power behind that ball like she's 6 feet tall. That one tipping the net, kept alive by Gibbons. And good hustle and recovery from Hallie Gibbons. And Grace Johnson chased it down, but that one goes out of bounds. Gibbons with the recover. Becker rocks it off the net. So Sage Salazar checking in for Aubrey Becker. Quick substitution and a timeout will be called by Coach Yamashiro. As the Coyotes, after a few quick successes, just look rattled by the power of the Aztecs as they battle back and forth. 21-23. We're going to take a quick timeout as Coach Yamashiro talks to the Lady Yotes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a moment where rubber meets the road, where your will is tested, and the Coyotes right here, right now, if there's one flaw we see in their game, is the consistency in moments just like this, their opportunity to put it to the test, something they've been working on all season. We talked to the girls last game after a great win. This is what they said that they've been working on so hard, and something they'll need desperately. Aztecs with the overreach and the point over to the Coyotes, but the Coyotes working hard to try and compete in these tight moments when so much is on the line. And that one goes out of bounds. Kitch, it's like a potential just misstep there. She'll send it out of bounds. But nonetheless, not a point should be giving away in a moment just like this. Metcalf, big time power. Brought back by the Aztecs. Lestine, dished by Kitch. Outside, McReynolds, she'll tap it. Kitch to Metcalf. Metcalf again with a great swing. McReynolds tries to reply. Blocked by Amaryllis. And this one, Coyotes saying a no tap, but the refs let it go on, and that one goes out of bounds off the hands of number 5, Julia Ford. The Coyotes not going down without a fight. Desperately trying to keep the Aztecs away from the two-match lead. Kendi Amaryllis will head to the line. Good spot. Brought up, pushed out. McReynolds gets there in time, taps it over. That one's sent over by Hutchinson. In the middle, blocked. And a misread by the front line. Jada Bonwell misreads it, lets it fall. And the Aztecs will take the lead and the win in the second set, 23-25. So now, the Aztecs in a good spot, leading tonight's game 2-0. We'll take a quick timeout as they prep for the third set, and we'll be right back. Well, as promised, an exciting game, as usual, here at the Coyote Center. Pima versus Chandler-Gilbert. The Aztecs taking two nail-biter sets. Now lead. Iguana with the up. Pushed outside, Hutchinson. Slams it away. Pushed outside, McReynolds. Off the hands of the Coyotes. That'll be a point for the Aztecs. Baird sends it over. And that time, Crafter missing her mark. She comes up on the ball a little short. Baird will send it over. Outside, Hutchinson. Pockets it. And that one goes out of bounds off Hutchinson. So a few little mistakes here and there being made by the Coyotes as the Aztecs take the three. Metcalf pushes it long. And the Coyotes looking like they're struggling to find the rhythm here in the third set. You can tell that second set really taking its toll on the team. As they lost that big lead, and now the Aztecs starting to take over. Now a 5-point lead. Coyotes yet to score. That was number 10, Kendall Snyder, at the line who sends it down. Outside Hutchinson. Another swing. That one Slips right by the Aztecs libero, number 5, Julia Ford. So the Coyotes looking to find a rhythm, looking to lock in. And right here might be the moment. Allie Gibbons, good serve, good spot. McReynolds sends it with some curve. Metcalf finds her mark down the sideline. And that's good to see from Metcalf. I haven't seen a whole lot of her tonight. Starting to ramp up her power in the second set. And now she makes her mark. Good up by Bard. It's tossed. Down the middle, Blag. Another good spot right past Julia Ford. Gibbons, another good serve. Up top, Hutchinson with the tip, pushed out. And Metcalf with the chase down, sends it over. Hutchinson pushes it down, it's good. That one comes bouncing off the hands of Julia Bard. Coyotes climbing their way out. Bard comes off shaky, it's a chase down. But credit to number 2, Priest Shelter. Absolutely sacrificing soul and body, diving out of bounds from a chase down to boot. Gets there in time, but not much you can do after that. McReynolds, some absolute power. And boy, oh boy, when McReynolds finds her mark, it is something to see. Sends that one off the hands of the Coyotes and right back into the rafters. McReynolds at the line. Flag, good spot. Almost did what, like making the Jordan insignia there. The Jordan logo. Pushes it over nonetheless. At the middle, it's a battle. Pushed down by number 10, Kendall Snyder. Looks like the Coyotes were trying to get blockers there in time, but the quick setup and put down by the Aztecs will get them the point. That one goes out of bounds and will get returned by the Coyotes. 6-7 on the board. Pushed outside. And now Aztecs will take another. Sage Salazar checking in, and she says hello. Sage Salazar sending a missile downtown on Aztecs' end of the court. And Coyotes have to make this one count. Bard with the up. Blag with the opportunity. And it's good. Riley Blag. Seeing that one come off high over the net. She'll put it right back down. Zoe Lestine with the serve. Good spot. McReynolds, Baird. Big swing. Gibbons with the up. Amaryllis diving to keep it alive. That one's out. Weatherby will serve. Lestine with the up. Johnson, Amaryllis. Gotta love it. Bard pushing it outside. Gibbons, Johnson, flag. Puts it right into the defense's hands. It's kept alive and pushed over by Julia Ford. Amaryllis, big swing. Blocked and put back over by Blagg. Baird powers and hits the net. And that one will go to the Coyotes. All tied up, 9-9. Neck and neck here in the third set. Coyotes starting to find the rhythm. Good set, served by Riley Blagg. Outside, blocked by Salazar. Recovered. McReynolds sends it long, but it's good. That one dropping right over the back row in perfect position. So number 9, Alexia Hutchins will serve. Lestine with the up. Amaryllis, Salazar from deep. Good position. Tapped and rattled. Number 13, Addison Gilvin, a 6'2" freshman for the Aztecs, and I think that's the first we've seen on the line from her. But wow. Johnson, tapped, and she'll return it again. Good spot and placement. Bard cutting through the defense, and that one rattles right on through. Coach Yamashiro talking to his front line, and he'll call a timeout. So timeout called by Coach Yamashiro. Seeing that rhythm that they'd worked so hard to build up in this third set start to get rattled. And brought on primarily by the prowess of number 13, the 6'2" freshman, Addison Gilvin. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back. Well, the energy's high here at the Coyote Center. Both teams knowing what's on the line here tonight. Really a battle between two evenly matched teams. The Coyotes taking the win once before. Now Aztecs look to return the favor. Good recovery by the Coyotes. Outside Baird. Blocked by Sage Salazar. Good coverage there. A little bit of a correction from previous. And now Ford gets it over. It's long off the net. Crafter's there. Taps it down. And McReynolds sends that one long and far. Coach Yamashiro looks like he brought some energy back to the squad. Need them to close the gap and really lock up that front net. Now Metcalf and Kitch will check back in. Kitch, good serve. Kept up outside and McReynolds. Good spot placement. She sends it with some power. It's blocked, kept alive, and Amaryllis sends it down right through the back row defense. Amaryllis with an absolute curveball. Kitch with the serve. Outside to Baird. Baird buries it in the opposite corner. Julia Baird really showing off in this third set. I'll tell you what. Ford, Gibbons with the up and can't get under it. That one will go back to the Aztecs. Julia Bard, 176 kills this season. Averaging 2.5. Give her 2 to 3 per set. Amarillo is blocked by number 10, Kendall Snyder. So what was a tied match? The Aztecs pulling ahead. Ford puts that one in the net. Now Kenny Amaryllis heads to the line. Good spot, Bard's there. Put back, Bard with a swing. Amaryllis down the floor, puts it up. Metcalf, quick tap over. Outside, McReynolds and blocked by Kiana Crafter. And the front line of the Coyotes a lot more diligent with coverage since that last time out with Coach Yamashiro. Amaryllis, great placement. Bard gets it up, McReynolds will send it back over, and this time it's out of bounds. Coyotes climbing their way, 14-15. Another great serve by Amaryllis, and this time, no one there to pick it back up. Julia Ford getting there in time, but sends it in the middle and no one's there. And now, a timeout will be called by the Aztecs. Sensing a change in pace, and Coach Blithell looking to close this one out early. He'll rally his girls and look to close it out. We'll be right back. Both squads back on the court. Amaryllis, another great serve. It's high off the net, and that one comes crashing down off the play from number 10. Kendall Snyder towering over the net. She just buries it. As Julia Bard sends that one out of bounds off her serve. Iguana with a great serve. Bard, pushed outside. McReynolds sends it to the opposite side and out of bounds. The Aztecs looking like this might be the opportunity for the Coyotes. And she'll send that one into the net. Number 10, Kendall Snyder. Guano sends that one over the end. Coach Blithel's stepping up, talking to his team. Telling him to calm down, play consistent. Reynolds kept up. Blag bears it. And Blag so good at finding her spot from the middle position. Using some great height to her advantage. Towers up above the net and just her placement. Spot on. A few substitutions for the Coyotes. Sage Salazar and Grace Johnson checking in. Coyotes with the lead. 19-17. Baird outside. Big swing. Kept alive. Amaryllis puts it close to the net and the squad can't recover. And now number 13, Addison Gilvin checking in. We saw the damage she did on the last time she was in. Good hands. Flag brings it down, and Aztecs in a scramble to recover. They get it over. Salazar with an opportunity. Puts it over. Tapped in the middle and misread by number 13, Addison Gilvin. So Zoe Lestine now heads to the line. 2018 on the clock. And that one right eats the net. And a coach, Lithell, will call a timeout for his girls. As the Coyotes take the most significant lead here in the match. Coyotes desperate to succeed. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back. So you gotta love the fight from the Coyotes. Being down in the match, looking like all odds are lost, but they're not packing their bags yet. Staying in it, fighting to the very end. Good block by Sage Salazar. Great read. Salazar gets there in time, keeps it alive. Johnson outside. Amaryllis powers it home. Amaryllis with a quick release. Now Lestine. Bard with the up, pushed outside. Good swing from the Aztecs. Iguano. Amaryllis. Kept alive by McReynolds. Outside. The Bard from deep. And that one finds its mark off the back line. Great placement from Julia Bard. Miscalculation. Number 3, Julia Weatherby sends that one way out of bounds. 2 points away from winning the third set. Riley Blagg, very consistent from the line, sends it over. McReynolds outside. Big swing. Blagg gets it up. It's close to the net. Tapped back over, and that one makes it mark. Number 13, Addison Gilvin. Sees an easy opportunity and plucks it away. Sage Salazar with a missile. It's good to see Sage Salazar back on the court. Gracing us with her presence and showing us her dominance from the outside. Good block by Amaryllis. Wow. Pushed outside, Amaryllis taps it over. Good placement. Aztecs diving to recover. Baird's there. Big slam from the 6'2". Middle blocker, Addison Gilvin. Both squads in anticipation. One looking for the closeout, the other struggling to survive. Amaryllis. Says, we're going to live another day. She'll send it down and pull her team a victory as they go to the fourth set. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back. Well, the Coyotes live to play another game. Fighting and battling the Aztecs from Pima Community College. Now they go to their fourth. Pima still leading by 1. Coyotes have to win the next 2 games to take the win. Aztecs looking to close out 1. Big swing, Amaryllis is there. Good recovery, pushed outside, McReynolds, and we've seen what she can do. Buries the ball right under Amaryllis. So McReynolds will head to the line. She'll send it over. Amaryllis with a good up. Gibbons outside Hutchinson. Good positioning and placement. It's out of bounds. Ford tries to keep it in. And that's 4 hits. Gibbons, Crafter checking out. Quick conversation with coach. As Metcalf and Kitch check in. Aguano, a little too much power on that one, and McReynolds, once again, been spot on all night with the reads, letting the balls fly out of bounds. Now Kendall Snyder will send it over. Kitch outside Hutchinson. Another big-time swing for Mia Hutchinson. She'll bury it, 2-2 on the board. And Mia Hutchinson, so consistent. Been such a powerhouse player in tonight's game, but also a lot of the home games we've seen here at the Coyote Center. Johnson looking a little baffled with herself. This mistimed it, didn't get the power she was hoping for. That one will go into the net. Returned on the other end by Julia Weatherby. And she'll also send it into the net. So a bit of a back and forth for the Coyotes and Aztecs. Hutchinson checking out, as well as Gibbons and Zoe Lestine and Sage Salazar checking in. Lestine with a good serve. Push down and outside. Ford will send it over. Lestine. Good positioning. Salazar. Powers it away. Tips it back over. That's Blagg. Another bullet of a serve. And Lestine diving to recover, but just a fast tap from Addison Gilvin. Finds her mark in the deep corner. Lestine with the up. Johnson outside to Blagg. And Blagg finds it in the opposite end. Riley Blagg will now serve for the Coyotes. Riley putting some power on it, but she sends it into the net. And Julia Ford serves for the Aztecs. Right off the net. An opportunity taken by number 10, Kendall Snyder. Julia Ford. Another great serve. Gibbons is there. Johnson. Crafter. Right through the defense. Good marksmanship from Kia Crafter, and Metcalf and Kitch will come on into the game. Kitch sends it over. And that's tapped over from the back row. Crafter from way up high. Puts it over. Bard. Amaryllis. She gets out of the way. Metcalf swings. It's good. Into the audience as the Aztecs chase it down. Good serve from Kitch. Outside to Bard. Lestine gets it up. Kitch keeps it back in, and Metcalf's there to tap it over. Outside to Baird. Baird, big swing off of Guano's shoulder and out of bounds. Metcalf will keep it in. And a bit of a misplacement and miscommunication on the Aztecs' end. That will come down and be a point for the Coyotes. Kenny Amaryllis. Good serve. Comes off the hands of Julia Ford. Doesn't get under it like she was hoping, and that one goes out of bounds. Amaryllis will go for another. Pushed long. Cross court. Amaryllis keeps it alive. Metcalf puts it down. McReynolds. And a misread. Kitch gets there before Aguano, but both dive in an attempt. And no one's there to get the second hit. McReynolds. Gibbons is there. It's off the net. And that one goes out of bounds. So McReynolds now bringing some power to the game. Like she's been doing all night, but now taking the lead for her team. That one goes out of bounds. This is one of those games, and we see this a lot later in the season, where, you know, these squads, they play each other a few times. Sometimes, definitely two, but sometimes 3 or 4 times, depending on off-season matches and out-of-conference games and tournaments. And after a while, you really start to, you start to get each other's number. Figure out how each other play, and that one hits the post and is out of bounds. But you can tell both these squads, they know each other's game, they know how each other play, and really a back and forth. Now all tied up, or at least very close, 10-12. Kendall Snyder will serve. Gibbons. Kitch. Flag in the center. Violation at the net, and Coyotes will take the quick point. Salazar and Johnson checking in for Metcalf and Kitch. Johnson. McReynolds with the up, pushed outside to Hutchins. Salazar bounces it off the defense. Johnson back to Hutchins. Aztecs chasing it down, can't get there in time, and that'll be a point for the Coyotes. All tied up, 12-12. And you can tell this game's going to be a battle to the bitter end. Johnson. Aztecs scrambling, can't clean it up. And that one goes out of bounds. Alec Gibbons checking in for Bryn Iguano. Good up. Hutchins. And she finds it. Mia Hutchins. Great accuracy. So Elistine at the line. McReynolds with the up, pushed outside to Bard. Salazar with the push. Off the fingertips, Lestine keeps it up. Johnson, Amaryllis powers away, it's good. Amaryllis, so consistent from that outside position. And we've seen a number of times her tonight just absolutely slam a few points away for a team in that position and just give a tremendous effort. Zoe Lestine sends that one into the net, and the Aztecs will pick it up. Coach Yamashiro trying to keep his girls locked in. This is the time to stay motivated and consistent. Lestine with good up. Johnson, Tom Reels in the middle. She pops it over, and this time a little long. (15-15) in anyone's game. Gibbons keeps it up. Black has to chase it down, gets it in, and Lestine sends it over in the middle to Gilvin. And she sends that one out of bounds. Riley Blagg at the line. It's up, tipped over. And they'll call that in favor of the Coyotes. Coach Bithell not happy with that call. Feeling as if that was fair play. But nonetheless, that'll be called in favor of the Coyotes. Off the hands of the front line. Lestine gets it there. And Cafter tries to tap it over. Gets caught up in the air and misses her mark. Sent long, Lestine gets it up. Johnson, Tom Amaryllis taps it. Big swing blocked and out off the hands of Kia Crafter. That was number 10, Kendall Snyder. Gibbons gets it up. Johnson at the net. Gets it back to Cafter. She sends it over. Pushed outside to McReynolds. And slides it right past the arms of Kennedy Amaryllis, which ricochets out of bounds, and Coach Yamashiro calls a timeout. So much on the line here. He'll talk to Grace Johnson and walk into the huddle. We'll take a quick timeout. Be right back. (17-18) on the board, and really a back and forth match, specifically in this fourth set between these two squads. Both the Aztecs looking to close it out early, and the Coyotes battling to survive. And that one buried in the net. That was number 6, Ricky Hernandez. So Elena Kitch back in the game at the line. This one kept up. Big swing by Baird. On the outside, but Kitch is there for the recovery. Amaryllis now sends it over. Little tip from the front line, but kept alive, and McReynolds missed swings and sends it in the net. It's probably one of the first we've seen from McReynolds on a missed hit. 19-18. Coyotes with the 1-point lead. Kitch. Baird. Off the tips of the defensive line. Outside to Metcalf. She just sends it over, and that one's long. Baird sends it over. Gibbons Kitch into Crafter. Crafter sends it long. So 2 missed hits by Metcalf and Crafter, with Pima now taking the lead. Amaryllis. Kitch to Amaryllis. Big swing. Sent right back from Baird. Amaryllis taps it up. She'll go for another. This time blocked by McReynolds. And the ball called in favor of the Coyotes, as it ricochets off the block from McReynolds and out of bounds on the opposite end. 2020, Amaryllis with the serve. Pushed outside, tapped over, kept alive, and Hutchinson. Good swing. It's in recovery mode. And that one goes out of bounds off Metcalf. Coach Yamashiro unhappy with the call. Felt like a 2-hand touch or even a carry potentially. So Metcalf will go and talk to head official, Stephanie Pugh. Big shout out to our officials here tonight, Felicia Sardella, Stephanie Pugh, and the line judges Brian Budd and Jennifer Brott doing an excellent job keeping things up to code and in line. Couldn't do it without them. Metcalf now with a swing of her own. Bart's there. Bit of a back and forth. Gibbons. Kitch outside to Hutchinson. She'll swing, dived. McReynolds keeps it alive. A true rally, and it's ended by the Aztecs. Number 9 rather, Alexia Hutchins. So now Aztecs take the 2-point lead, 20-22, with not much to give. Coyotes got to make the comeback and make it now. Coach Yamashiro calls a quick timeout. We'll take a quick break as well. So in a high-pressure moment right here, right now, as the Aztecs hold control of the ball, McReynolds at the line with a 2-point lead and only 1 set to close it out. Coyotes doing everything they can to survive and stay in this one. Amaryllis with the up. Pushed outside, Hutchins. Aztecs return McReynolds from the back row. Amaryllis with the up. Kitch outside to Hutchins. Big swing, buries it. Mia Hutchinson puts it down. And now Hallie Gibbons on the court from the back line. She'll send it over. 21-22. Great position. McReynolds sends it long. Flag outside to Hutchinson and gets blocked by the front line defenders from the Aztecs. Number 10, Kendall Snyder. Checking out number 3 from the Aztecs, and number 2 coming in. Blag, big time play. She puts it down. Kept alive. Blag at the line. Metcalf tosses it over. It's a battle at the net. Gibbons tries to keep it alive. And the Aztecs score the next point, 24-21. This game means a lot. A lot on the line for both squads. Gibbons with the up. Kitch outside to Hutchinson. Hutchinson blocked at the net. Put a little less power on that time. Metcalf sends it over. And in a scramble, it comes down. Coyotes with another point, 22-24. At this point, it's a battle of wills. Which team can play consistently? Which team can hold their own? 22-24, Aztecs in the best position. McReynolds, big swing. Amarillis dives and can't get there in time as the Aztecs close it out 25-22 here at the Coyote Center. Such a battle between these two teams. And you can tell the Coyotes just frustrated at the outcome after playing and battling so hard. But the Aztecs coming in and playing a better game. Both squads battling it out, and you just got to admire the hustle of these two teams. But the Aztecs will return the favor here on the home court, just like their game on their court, a 4-game set, taking 3, with the Cats taking 1. So Coyotes now will head to the locker room and have a discussion, learn from this loss, and hopefully apply it to their next game. We appreciate you tuning in and join us for this match here at the Coyote Center. We appreciate everyone participating to make this game possible, including Coach Yamashiro. Appreciate Coach Blithell as well for joining us, all the officials, and Athletic Director Russ Luce. This has been a presentation of Chandler-Gilbert Athletics. I'm Matt McCurdy. Hope you have a good night.